Buckle up, guys, because this one's a classic sovereign citizen disaster waiting to happen. After spending 93 days in jail for contempt, you'd think he'd have learned something, right? But nope, he's back, facing a judge who clearly remembers him. And now he's being handed a golden opportunity, a plea deal that could literally set him free today. All he has to do, accept it and stop talking. But knowing sovereign citizens, silence isn't their style. Will he play it smart or self-sabotage again? Let me know your bets in the comments and let's dive in.
People of the State of Michigan versus Donald Raymond Lester. We are here today for a final pretrial conference in this case ahead of a trial scheduled for June 20th and 21st. We are proceeding today partially in person and partially by video conference. First, let me have the attorneys place their appearances on the record, beginning with Ms. McClure.
E.B. McClure filling in for prosecutor of record Isaac Sneed.
Samir Hennigan on behalf of Donald Lester.
All right, and Mr. Lester, I believe, is in the jail Zoom 2 device. Mr. Lester, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, so I don't know what's going on with the camera. We can't see you. It looks to be
I can see you.
Almost. I'm saying that we can't see you, Mr. Lester. So, Ms. Hennigan, where do we stand? Are we ready to proceed to trial on June 20th?
Thank you, Your Honor. I met with my client yesterday and did make the final offer to him with regard to plea agreements. My client has declined to accept the plea that was offered by prosecution. I also was informed by my client that he has filed a few motions. I guess you would say pro se. I have not seen those motions myself, but he says he mailed them to the court. He does have many objections to the proceedings. That being said, the next step that would be appropriate with regard to our legal procedures would be to go forward with trial. I am prepared to do that, though I do believe that my client will object to that, Your Honor. So I do want to make sure that I represent his wishes as well, while I still inform the court of whether or not I'm ready to proceed. So I will be ready to proceed for trial next week. That being said, my client does not want to go to trial as he feels that the court doesn't have jurisdiction over him on this matter in order for us to move to trial.
Buckle up, guys, because this moment was peak sovereign citizen nonsense. After being offered a deal that could have ended his case today, what does he do? He rejects it, arguing that without a physical victim, committed no crime. Seriously, that's sovereign logic for you. No one's hurt, nothing's illegal. But courts don't run on fantasy. The law is the law, and saying I don't. Consent doesn't cancel your charges. He had one job, take the deal and walk out. Instead, he talked himself straight back into a cell. Let me know, is this stupidity or stubborn pride?
And he was very upset. I would add, just for the record, for his, for appellate purposes for him, that he was upset that I agreed to a trial schedule at a past hearing. And I did try to explain to him that that's just a procedure, that the court is on timeframes according to statute, and that at some point we do have to set a trial schedule, even though it was my intent to continue to try to negotiate this case for him along the way.
All right, to the extent that there's any objection based on court's jurisdiction,
I can't hear you. Can you speak up, please?
To the extent that there's any objection to proceeding to trial based on the court's jurisdiction, I would deny that, as the court does have jurisdiction over this case. It is a felony case involving an alleged felony which is alleged to have occurred within Lenawee County, state of Michigan. This is the circuit court for the Lenawee County, state of Michigan, and therefore jurisdiction is appropriate. Ms. McClure, is there anything we need to address from the people's side?
The people have not received any motions that have been referenced, but as far as I know, we are prepared to proceed to trial next week as well.
Right. And
All right, so do we have proposed jury instructions and voir dire questions yet?
We do not, I know I spoke with Mr. Sneed yesterday, but I'm certain that we can agree upon those within the next day or so.
Alright.
I see some in our file, so maybe he's drafted them and just not.
Yes, he was working on them.
Okay, so I'll need those by the end of the week so that we have an adequate amount of time to get prepared
right.
for trial.
I would also like to intervene here real quick, but that being said, I was the motion is just not for the jurisdiction, it's also for personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction. I had the right to a resisting unlawful arrest, and it's not being addressed. The Supreme Court ruling on that, I just read that not too long ago, and they arrested me for an old traffic ticket. Is where it started at. They're trying to dodge the point of where they harassed me for 3 days before they arrested. And as far as this possession situation go, I was informed yesterday by my attorney, who I haven't talked to since March, that I was looking at 14 years. Under your court, Michigan rules that after 10 years, under a lower felony, after 10 years, it's automatically expunged. So I'm trying to figure out how am I being charged with a habitual criminal. And also, I would like to get that in writing that you said that you have jurisdiction over this case, but not the said person.
Exactly. If you're already in a jail, cell claiming the court lacks jurisdiction is beyond pointless. Your body behind those bars is all the proof you need. Judges don't have to hand over a permission slip to prove they can sentence you. They're doing it in real time. Sovereign citizens love pretending that paperwork trumps physical custody, but reality disagrees. Once you're wearing that jumpsuit, the legal system clearly has you. What do you guys think? Is this just denial or full-on delusion? Let me know in the comments.
And that's all in the motions that I sent over to the clerk's office. I also have them all notarized. I also have copies of everything that I sent over there. So there should be somewhere in y'all file that y'all should have it.
Your Honor, I did.
And personal. And like I said, I haven't talked to this woman since March. She told me that I was going to be released out for bond, and I haven't heard anything from her since then. I wrote her a letter. The first time I seen this woman in about 2 or 3 months, his first time was yesterday. And she doesn't represent the said name anyway. I've talked to her about that situation too. Somebody's not being truthful here. And I've been sitting here almost 10 months without a bond or even so much as calling my witnesses. She's never asked me anything. So my due process is being violated.